Hey guys, can y'all hear me? Because I, for some strange reason, my thing is like turned down. And I can't really hear too well. Hold on a second. All right. Hopefully I can hear better. Hello everybody. I just wanted to come in to read to you guys the information regarding to the motion that was filed late last night by Bo Brentley, which is the attorney for McDavis. The attorney for McDavid. So I'm going to have my ladies, one of them, to read for you guys. I'm going to put the link in so they can read for you. One second, because you know, of course, me working. I am working. All right, let's see here. We just put the link in. Hopefully, they'll get the link and get a chance to come on in for us. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you, Mercy. Hope everyone is doing well. But late last night, um, Daryl McDavid's attorney filed a motion to compel information that was given to the government, and also a book that was given to the government by Jim Deragagis. And get this, do you know that same USA, AUSA that Larry McGee was chatting with? She's the same one who used a fake name on the email. And ooh, child, this stuff is getting messier by the moment. Messier by the moment. Just one second, y'all. Just one second. Oh, sorry about that. Where's my ladies at? Nobody's hitting the link? Let me put the link in again. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. All right, here's the link for you to come on in. Come on in so you guys can hear exactly what's going on. Just one second. See, I don't have it to read unless I'm going to have to wait to get somebody else to read, because where are my people at? Okay, I don't know where my readers are, guys. May have to send it out to somebody to read for me, because for some strange reason, I don't know where my peeps at. trying to figure out where my reader's at. Just bear with me a second, guys. Just bear with me a second. All right, guys. We're having some difficulty. Do I have any volunteers who wants to read because they're not able to get in? Um, I don't know what's happening. Why the link is not letting them in? So, anybody wants to be my volunteer for me? And I'll send it to you. Because I'm working. That's why I can read it myself. But anybody who's willing, I will send it to them. Email me sparks1565 at gmail.com. Sparks1565 at gmail.com. Check my Instagram, Rico said. Okay, let me check my Instagram. Okay, yes. Hold on, y'all. I have somebody coming into. Oh, there they are. There she is. Thank you. You probably made it in. Yay!
Hang on. Can you hear me? I hear an echo. I don't know why. Hang on. Okay. Is that better?
Much better. Much better. I'm
Okay.
just gonna mute myself.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Had some issues. Motion to compel United States of America versus Darrell McDavid. Comes now. Defendant Darrell McDavid vying through his attorneys, Bo B. Brindley and Vadim A. Glasman, and hereby moves this honorable court to compel discovery as outlined below. On August 1st, 2022, the government disclosed to Mr. McDavid copies of email correspondence between Assistant United States Attorney Angel Krull, the former lead prosecutor on this case, and potential witness, let me make sure I say his name right, Jim DeRogatis. Jim DeRogatis. Yeah. That took place in April of 2019. Before
Okay, she disappeared, y'all. You went out, Lady Coltrane. Guys, do y'all hear her? Lady Coltrane, you went out. Lord have mercy. Father in heaven, help us today. Please bear with us, guys. Please bear with us a moment. Please, we're trying to get the information to you. I apologize. Technical difficulty. I apologize. Okay, I have someone else who's trying to come in, okay? Just bear with us a second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. We're still having difficulty, guys. I'm not too sure what's happening, but we're having issues. Seriously, we're having some issues here. Um, okay, here comes somebody now. Hold on. All right. Thank you.
Can you hear
Go,
me?
yes, go ahead. Yes, turn your thing off in the background because I could hear myself in the background.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
But you have to turn your YouTube or something off in the background.
It's off.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you.
All right. United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, United States of America versus Darren McDavid. Motion to compel discovery. Comes now, defendant Darren McDavid, by and through his attorney, Bo B. Bridley and Vadim A. Glossman, and hereby moves this honorable court to compel discovery as outlined below. On August the 21st, 2022, the government disclosed to Mr. McDavid copies of email correspondence between Assistant United States Attorney Angel Krull, the former lead prosecutor on the case, and potential witness Jim Derogatis that took place in April of 2019 before an indictment in this case. In these emails, Mr. Derogatis provided Ms. Krull a copy of his then unreleased book, Soulless, which was about Robert Kelly and many of the circumstances that will be at issue in this trial. That was a peculiar What was peculiar about this correspondence, however, is that Ms. Krull did not communicate with Mr. Derogatis using her official government email account. Instead, it is apparent from the disclosed communications that Ms. Krull created a private Gmail account under a fictitious name to engage in surreptitious communication about the case with Mr. Derogatis, a potential witness. It is also apparent from the disclosures that Ms. Krull, using a pseudonym Demetrius Slavinsky, created the email account with the username PodPiper312 on April 16, 2019. The first day it began communicating with Mr. Derogatis. In other words, on that day, AUSA Cruel created an alias name for herself and a covert email account with which she corresponded with a potential witness. Moreover, the government also disclosed emails between Mr. Derogatis and Ms. Cruel, Demetrius Slavinsky, in the April 16, 2019 exchange before requesting a copy of his book. Ms. Cruel references an earlier oral conversation with Mr. Derogatis that occurred the same day. The defense has received no report detailing this conversation, no explanation of why no such report exists, and no indication that any law enforcement agents were present or involved in this conversation. Notably, the emails from Ms. Cruel's pseudonym email account were sent at 5:33 p.m. and 7:07 p.m. on that date after regular business hours. There's no disclosed report explaining or documenting one, the creation of an alias name or surreptitious email account by the lead prosecutor on this case on April 16, 2019, or two, any authorization for a government attorney to secretly correspond with a witness through a private email account to which an alias name was attached without the participation of any law enforcement officer. In the absence of such documents and information, a question necessarily remains as to how many other email accounts have been created by AUSA Cruel to surreptitiously communicate with potential witnesses in this case. It is imperative to note that AUSA Cruel spoke to and was capable of interacting with and influencing every material witness against Daryl McDavid. An additional email was disclosed from Mr. Derogatis to the Demetrius Levinsky account that was sent 2 weeks later on April the 30th, 2019. In it, Mr. Derogatis asked if the book was any help to Miss Cruel and provides information about a conversation he had about the ongoing criminal investigation with a quote unquote prominent enabler mentioned in his book that may be intended as a reference to Mr. McDavid. What quote unquote help AUSA Cruel was seeking from Mr. Derogatis through this pseudonymous email account remains unknown because there was apparently no report ever prepared regarding the conversation she had with him immediately before creating her alias name in a surreptitious email account with which she corresponded with him. Mr. Derogatis has always been known as a potential witness in this case. He was directly involved in making public the allegations against Mr. Kelly that eventually led to the 2002 prosecution that is at issue in the case before this court. The circumstances of an assistant United States attorney taking steps to covertly communicate with him about an ongoing investigation are strikingly odd, to say the least. Mr. Derogatis' direct involvement in the 2002 Kelly investigation made him a material witness in this case at the time that the government attorney chose to adopt an alias surreptitiously communicate and surreptitiously communicate with him. The fact that this information was known to the government for years and only disclosed to the defense less than 2 weeks before trial creates, at the very least, the appearance of impropriety which needs to be investigated. The government's August 1st, 2022 disclosure of these communications makes it apparent that screenshots of conversations from the burner email account were taken in July of 2020, more than a year after the conversation took place and more than 2 years before the disclosure to Mr. McDavid. Due to the extraordinary nature of these communications, Mr. McDavid asked the court to compel additional discovery about the circumstances of the conversation, how it came to light, and its disclosure. Accordingly, Mr. McDavid requests an order requiring the government to disclose one, any and all reports of conversations between the United States Attorney Office for the Northern District of Illinois or anyone working on this behalf, and Mr. Jim Derogatis concerning Robert Kelly or Daryl McDavid. Two, any and all records of communications between the United States Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois or anyone working on this behalf, and Mr. Jim Derogatis concerning Robert Kelly or Daryl McDavid, including but not limited to phone calls made from office phones and cell phones, text messages, and any social media contacts. Three, any and all communication between any prosecution team member with any potential witnesses in this case using a personal email address rather than an official government email address. Four, any and all records of communications between any member of the prosecution team with any potential witness in this case not memorialized in an official government report. Five, an explanation of who, other than Miss Cruel, was aware of the synonymous email communication with Mr. Derogatis in April of 2019 and whether the U.S. Attorney's Office supervisors were approved that communication. An explanation of why screenshots of the communications and the email account were taken in July 2020 and not disclosed to anyone at that time. Seven, a description of who was involved in the decision to disclose the communications and screenshots to the defense in August of 2022. Eight, any and all of the DOJ's or AUSA's policies and procedures governing the retention of account data, including but not limited to messages sent, received, and deleted, as well as the access logs for this account and other personal account used to communicate with potential witnesses. The above items are necessary to ensure that Mr. McDavid has adequate discovery in this case concerning potential and proper influence on witnesses against him, and to ensure that he has adequate information to intelligently determine whether any other motions may be necessary as a result of this unorthodox communication and disclosure. Wherefore, the defendant Darrell McDavid moves this court to order disclosure of the items detailed above. Respectfully submitted, Bo B. Brindley.
All righty. Thank you so much. So, what do you think?
This is a mess. It is obvious that the government is trying to hide something, because there's no reason they should be making up burner accounts to communicate, if they're trying to have everything above board in this case.
I agree with you. I agree. It's just some shenanigan. It's some dirty stuff happening. And she's the same person that was communicating with Larry McGee. And she's not
Exactly.
the, yeah, Angela Cruel. Sure is. Absolutely.
Well, I'm elated that this has been brought to light, because obviously there's something going on that's um not right.
It's a dirty, dirty, dirty game that they're playing. And even
And I was gonna say that's the problem I have with this case. Like I said before, if the government has so much evidence against these individuals, why is it necessary to do practice underhanded tactics? How can anyone, as an American citizen, have respect for the government after seeing what they've been doing? This is not the first time this has been done. So I'm happy that it's being, brought to light and highlighted.
me too. Me too. It's ridiculous.
It definitely is.
I mean, I can't understand why all of this is have to be done this way. They're trying so bad to get Mr. Kelly that they'll
They
try
know
any
their
kind of
case is
tactic.
weak. That's
No, go ahead, go ahead.
us out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, because you see on the call, they didn't even want anyone in the courtroom.
Yeah, you
So
noticed
here
how
we
he
go
kept pushing.
again with
He
this
used to,
same old crap they pulled in New York. You want an
yeah,
anonymous jury. You really don't want anybody in the courtroom. I mean, come on now.
having a bogus case against Daboski, so they could
Exactly. And we
so they could
all
try to,
knew that was going to be used. That's part of the game.
yeah, yeah. They used Don Russell's case and Daboski's case, try to use it as a reason for them to do what they do with the jury.
Right. Like I said, they need to get to the bottom of it, just like they brought up uh the individual who was giving out information to help their bank fraud case. All that stuff need to be exposed.
And it's all being exposed. All the dirty tricks that they use, it's
Hey,
all
it's
being
all coming
exposed.
out in the wash. It's all coming out.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Toria, no, I'm not surprised. The setup is definitely real, Claudine.
It's really dirty. Very dirty.
Yep. So what else did you have for the people, Sylvia?
That is it for me. That is it. I just wanted to read that for them. Yeah, I know I'm at work, I'm still working, but I wanted to get that out to you guys so you guys can hear what is going on.
Well,
So,
we appreciate it.
oh, no problem. No problem. But I'm about to go because I am working. I just want to show you guys, share with you guys the information, okay? Guys, hit the like button, and if we come up, anything else comes out, we'll bring it up to you. And I want to say something about that call. I don't understand how grown people can act the way they do.
It's really sad, to see how these people are acting on the call. I'm surprised that, well, then again, I'm not surprised that they didn't shut the call down after it was over. They want you to make a fool out of yourself so they can use this.
But the thing
And
is,
some of these people don't understand that.
but they don't understand the government has a way of getting whoever it is that's talking.
They definitely do it. Every call, every number that's dialed into that call, they have that on record.
And they see where the noise is coming from because on
Exactly.
the system itself, the IT group sees the phone number that's going up with the noise. So they know exactly who it
Exactly.
is. They know exactly who it is. So they think they're getting away with it, but they're not. Eventually they'll get a little notice in the mail, sanctions and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's foolish. How old are we now?
I think we're
Behaving
10.
like this? Come on. Get yourself together. I don't even want to get started on that, so I'm going on mute.
Get started on what?
On these people and their conduct on these conference calls.
Yes, ridiculous. It's surely ridiculous.
I mean, no respect for the court, whether you for Mr. Kelly or against Mr. Kelly. That's no excuse to behave like that on a call. Period.
Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm believing God is revealing everything for a purpose, for a reason. And we didn't even know about those emails with Derek Gagas and his book. And then for Derek Gagas to have a book out and he did that stuff just to sell books, he's told lies in those things to sell his book. He's been selling books from off of Robert's back for years, making money off of Robert for years.
He need to go find a real job and leave Mr. Kelly alone.
Yep, yep, yep. So guys, thanks again, my reader. Thank you everybody for being here. I'm about to get off this live because I got to get to work, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.